So we hosted our first drift event. We connected A course and B course at the historical Bihoku Highland circuit with just about 90 to 100 drivers. Some you may know.
That's your car?
For now.
And some you may not know. Nonetheless, they are all here for one reason, and I wonder what reason that could possibly be. Thanks to the many coincidences that happened leading up to this event, we were able to help our boys buy cars in Japan, to drive cars in Japan, and to possibly keep in Japan. In this video, you will see the chaos of cars coming in and out of the shop as we lead up to our own event, talk to some of our homies to why and how they even got here in the first place, and of course bear the fruits of our own event and the many sleepless nights that came along with it. So without further ado, welcome to another video of Thrash, and we hope you guys enjoy this one. What makes Thrash Day very special is the difference compared to how it was. So this one just came together in such a weird way with many coincidences that's happened over the last couple of months.
I want everyone to understand, I had no intention of doing an event this big. Julian had a S15 shell here, and sometime last year I was like, yo, do you want to like maybe plan to come out here and just see everybody, see Naoki, and yeah, okay, yeah, let's do April. Yeah, I could get the car done by April. And then Front Street Josh had his car here. Julian's coming in April, you should try and plan, you know. Then I get a message from his teammate, Tom, I want a car. Okay. Hey, my other friend Josh said he wants to go too. Okay. Hey, Jimmy Oak said he wants to go too. Okay, let me see about this. I talked with Nishida. He's like, you should just do an event. And I was like, okay, I'll just wing it, try it. And then the second I let the can of worms be a can of free range, fucking non-dairy, gluten-free, free range worms, it was just, here we are. I have no sleep and I'm tired and stinky and dirty.
We got a giant storage space, which we encourage people to buy cars through us and just have them, keep them here in Japan so they can just drive. And then AG, the one who's recording me right in the background right now with his phone, he got the giant 6-car hauler that just made it completely easier for anybody else that want to come to the event. And AG, if you don't know, everybody appreciates everything you do, and we all love you very much. Because if it wasn't for you, a majority of us wouldn't be here in the first place. So now that you guys know how this event has came together, you guys will see what's gonna be happening with the cars as I prepare to go for the event. I don't know how this video is gonna go. I traded the camera for the wrench quite a few times in this video, so excuse me if it's quite spread out, but we did the best we can with what we had, and I think regardless, it's gonna be a good time. You like that design, AG? Good. I won. Like I said before, we helped a couple of our homies get cars in Japan to drive for this event. Like this green S14 that was for Jimmy Elks and this gray S14 that was for Tom Nazaro, both members of Front Street Drift Club. It seemed like Josh's experience had influenced his team to give driving in Japan a try with us. And we were able to have a quick chat before the shop got a bit chaotic.
You'd be like, say hi, I'm Tom.
Hi, I'm Tom.
Wow, you're a lot prettier than your photos.
Are we? We're not recording right now. No, thank God.
I mean,
wait, we haven't. What's up? My name's Tom Nazaro from Front Street, Staten Island, New York, and I'm driving, I think, an S14.
What makes you want to come here and drive in Japan?
Josh gave me no choice. He stuffed me in his baggage.
It's Yusa's birthday.
That's why, yeah, I'm here for Yusa's birthday. Good friend. I don't know, I feel like since like day one, being like 16 years old, like seeing old videos, magazines, like there's been no other vision except coming to Japan and drifting here. And it hasn't been really feasible or possible until Yusuf like basically helped us get here. And I want to get bullied by an 11-year-old. Being a part of this event is absolutely insane to me. It's like a dream. But like leading up to this event, the past month was like not being able to sleep because they're sending me pictures of the car 11 p.m. back home before I'm going to sleep. I'm like, oh my God, we're doing this. I've literally been, you know, other Josh, right? With the brown car, we text each other every morning. We're like, we're going to Japan.
What do you feel like is the biggest difference from American style drifting to Japanese style drifting?
From what I've learned already is everyone leaves their coilover springs loose. That's crazy. The Japan way is the better way because in America, everyone tries to overbuild a car and then they can't drive the car because they have 2 months of experience trying to drive a car that's made for somebody that should have 10 years of experience. Here, it's just super simple, like basically a stock car with modded parts, like how it should be. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like literally, car has cut knuckles, stock control arms, and it probably has more angle than someone who has fab. I don't know. I just think it's a way better way of doing it.
There's like the chill way of drifting where you can just like drive a slow car, slow or whatever.
Yeah.
Why do you choose a more aggressive style in comparison to that? Or did you grow from that?
No, I grew from that. I mean, you could find pictures of my car slammed with that like did not work, was not functional at all. Like you raise your car that first time and you could do whatever you want with it. It's like crazy. And I don't know, I think just the speed and entry is like, I don't know. I like speed, I guess. Not the drug.
So how do you feel like your first lap of Bihoku's gonna go?
Very, very careful. Like,
O10.
No O10. No O10.
My name is Jimmy Oakes. I drive with Front Street. I'm from Connecticut, and the next question is car. I drive the S chassis, all right? Easy. And here in Japan, I have myself an S14 Koki.
So how do you feel about driving Bihoku?
Stressed. Excited, stressed. It's like this balance. I can't figure out which one's weighing more.
What's the stress coming from?
Tom keep talking about flipping over. Like, he does not shut up. I had no stress of it. Tom, every 2 seconds, oh, dude, do you think we're gonna flip over? Like, I know. Then we go.
This is the flip over track.
Yeah, it's a flip.
Yeah, Ryota also showed him the video as soon as he walked the shot.
Right? Like that was fresh in your head.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we were like, oh, where was that? He goes, Bihoku. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So what brings you to drive in Japan?
The energy is just different, and the way you do things, and it's almost magical here. I mean, the first one is just the vibes in the track, right? We travel everywhere to drive different tracks, get a taste of it. You know, you never get enough with drifting. You always want to try something new, and with each track comes different styles of driving and different obstacles, right? And so with Japan being like the pinnacle of drifting, of course you want to experience where it all came from.
What makes you want to buy a car in Japan, own a car in Japan, drive in Japan, but not live in Japan?
Oh, because I hate money. Yeah, no, I'm kidding. Right, we're obsessed with this sport, and this is where it started, this is where it grew, and this is all the stages came from here. And so to get to kind of go back and experience all that in our own ways, like I said before, just magical. You know, when you're at home, your mindset of drifting is a little bit different, no matter how you look at it, right? We set our cars up differently. Even if we think we want to set them up like here, you know, our resources are a little bit different and we use them differently and we set them up differently. And here, the resources kind of force us to set up our cars in different ways and to drive accordingly with that. And it's, I don't know, it's this cool balance. So like my car, you know, I like how it's set up right now, but I would change a bunch of stuff. I'm at home because I have access to it. But that being said, I'm also excited to try something different. You know, you drive a lot and you drive the same setup and you usually don't have the opportunity to switch things up because you're just like, no, I'm gonna keep it. You know, here it forces you out of your comfort zone and we might learn something completely new and just improve our driving that much more.
How do you like a car being extremely green?
Green?
Extremely green.
So when Yusuf found me the car, I saw the green, I was like, whoa, that's different. But you know what, like, And then I was pondering on it, and I was like, it's kind of what we were just talking about, where I would have never done that back home. But this kind of gives me the opportunity to step out of my comfort zone and just do something completely different and just own it, and it's fun. It's cool.
So today is a familiar sight. We have a 40-foot trailer, which is a container, which is apparently cheaper than a 20-foot container, containing Lamar's car. You guys have seen him on the channel a couple times. He sent over his yellow Sunshine S14, not exactly the same color as Yusuf's car, but it's gonna be, you know, the beginning of everything is. It's funny because, you know, this time around it's the opposite compared to what we did before. Instead of exporting, we're bringing the car here and then we're shipping it back to the States, so.
As you can see, I got new glasses. My new, as they say, ora ke. Anyways, at B West with our good friend Bai. He's letting us get a few more wheels for the guys who are coming today, just cause no time, we're all tired. But these are the ones that he used to use on his D1 car, which is pretty special. And his old D1 seat wheel. Dosta, Coco. He said, I'm too heavy. Abyss jump, seat rail.
That coupe, this coupe here on the trailer, was actually on the first cover of Drifthead Goku. He has it upstairs. I'll see if I can put the clip in if I remember, but so before I even forget, this was also the silver carbon 180, but now it's clearly red and very, very sexy.
Actually, it's not
Terrifying.
just here, but like,
Dude, Japan, everything, the trip has been overwhelming so far. Like in a good way, like I'm super stoked to be here. And this is like kind of surreal, you know? It's like being in another world that you only dream about and seeing video games.
pretty much, I mean, you're living in the future.
Yeah, dude, that's what, no, it's true. Yeah.
I forgot that was even on there.
I know. I'm like, oh, it's funny. I'll leave it. I'm like, I can't leave it.
And after a day of doing a rebuild on a power steering pump, here we are finally picking up Tom's car. Not too bad. Not too bad at all.
So, as much as I would love to talk to all these people, I think it's best to let them enjoy their adventure and film stuff their way, and we'll get our little interviews and stuff later. But for now, let's let some of these guys enjoy their first time in Japan and what have you.
But then it blocks the cool, like,
I mean, you can.
Eventually, all three Front Street cars would make it to the shop, which is where the work would begin. Josh would start on a battery relocation kit, where a panel needed to be drilled and riv nutted where it needed to be mounted in the hatch or trunk area, while avoiding to drill through his gas tank. When it came to Jimmy's car, the tiniest of cracks had developed on his turbo manifold that came with the car, requiring a replacement. AG thankfully had already grabbed a brand new manifold, which arrived about the same time the guys did, so that would be his objective for the day, along with the rebuilt power steering pump. Tom's car would get the GK Tech treatment all around the car. He would lower it with an eyeballed alignment just to get an idea of his estimation on height and camber would be up to his liking.
Nice, right? It's okay. Put it on a flat. +1 on this side.
And of course, the usual Thrash seat and steering wheel combination.
The greatest seat in America. I mean Japan.
Big moment. All right, boys. So it's been
Hell yeah.
2 hours. Awesome for editing.
Oh no.
Tires, arms.
it's the cage.
Yeah.
You can take the back thing off.
I hope I don't flip over this weekend. Should I put the bolts back in there, you think? I gotta take the halo off. I don't know. I gotta get this seat like down here. I can't even fit in this car, I don't think. That's a good ass. Should we bleed the brakes while it's up in the air? I broke this. Yeah. God damn it.
Fucking American Street.
There you go.
What did you do?
Okay. Now I just gotta here, shine that light between my legs.
Oh.
Anyways, both S14s would get done or close to it within about 2 to 3 days after their arrival, only needing a final alignment from the drift man Julian Jacobs himself, who was set to arrive later that day. So while we had this rare moment of quiet time and relaxation, we decided to do some extreme sticker application.
Guys, for the record show, it was Tom's fault.
Use brake cleaner. Instant karma.
However, during our sticker application, we had a cool situation. Car Shop React's own Mike Martino was here, whose S15 was featured in our final bout video. He was actually mocking up and designing an EK Motors logo or sticker design to show appreciation for everything that HE's just done for everybody. Everybody would kept asking throughout the entire weekend if he had like a sticker for everybody to throw in the car, but HE just kind of like waved it off and said, no, it's okay. It's about you guys. Once he seen the logo from Martino, I think his mind was pretty much made up. Eventually, Julian would show up one day, and then the following day, his freshly painted S15 had made its way to the shop, officially starting the last hurrah before the event. It was kind of surreal seeing his S15 not looking like a ignored toy for so long after seeing it in that blue and incomplete with no panels and everything, but to have a full-blown brand new Origin kit with it painted and wheels and, you know, everything that's going to go along with it, not to mention being the only car that's going to have a graphic scheme, was just really nice to see. Which Julian's scheme was actually created by one of our own, Ricky, aka Desire, who came from Dubai to apply his very first design, who has been aiding us in the graphic design department like some of our seed ads, as well as making the Thrash Day flyer. But with his background from Assetto Corsa, I had to ask how he felt about his design going from virtual to reality.
The scheme that was actually picked was kind of just last minute, literally. Like, we were gonna go with a whole different livery, and then I just showed him an idea, and he was like, you know what, this is actually really good. And we just fucking stuck with that and like just modified it a bit.
How does it feel like just like being it, like seeing the difference from while you're making it and then seeing it being put on the car?
Oh, it's very different. Julian literally said that as well. And he's like, it looks different than the renders. And I'm like, yeah. And it's like in a good way. Like, it looks different because you get to see how the vinyl kind of wraps around the body lines and everything, which is just stuff you never see on a render. Yeah, it's just hard because I'm still like processing it, and Julian was telling me, because at the end of the day, as long as like he is happy with the design as well, like that's kind of the big thing. And I was asking him like, does this feel animal style? And he's like, yeah, we nailed it, I guess.
I don't know what's going on.
All right, the boys are in full effect here. We got Julian trying to get his front together. It's literally fully apart right now. Tom's still working on his alignment. It never ends, but and the rest of it is just good vibes.
I was trying to get a specific spring rate. That Stance sent me all new cartridges, and then he had sent me rear springs, but they didn't make it to me in time to bring them on the plane. So, and then Bai thought he had some springs, some 9.5, but then you decided to go check and found these, so now we can at least do the front, and it's 9 Swift, so perfect.
No.
Maybe
Push that in and I'm pull that ready one either.
We're coming to a point where it's getting pretty late, and I'm like, hey, Julian, what's the last couple of things you need to do? He's like, I need to do the rear coilovers. Thank you, Bai, for coming out and dropping some springs off to us, because now Julian's over here got some springs that he needed, and as I was taking those off, we found out that is this the original spring?
I think it's mine, but you can
Little size difference there. So we need to fill up the space with something, so we found whatever coilovers we could find. We got a helper spring from Jimmy's tan spring, tan coilovers, so we put those on. And then we have a top hat pillow ball from a R32 Skyline that's like CST0 coilovers from whoever knows wherever the fuck when. Somehow, some way, we found the right pillow ball that had the right spacing, that has the right nut and thread pitch. So now we're just making some Frankenstein coilovers, and it's done, and I'm done, and everybody else is done. Say bye, everybody. Thanks for coming.
He's tattooing right now.
Jimmy here behind me enjoying his car, the green machine over there. Asia's car, Josh's car, Lamar's car, Miata, Mifune.
There's cars goddamn everywhere.
I ain't touching nobody's car. I'm getting ready to go.
Where you going?
Shit, to the racetrack. This is warmth and blanket at the same time. Eye patch, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get a nap. It's multifunctional.
Okay.
Oh wait. Okay, now.
I wasn't ready, though.
Actually, that's a really good one. Are you filming this?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me show you a really. All right, let's get the actual picture. Yo, Alex. Ah, no.
There's no pressure putting the Origin logo while the Origin boss is watching you, right?
No, not at all.
Alex nostalgic.
I'm Thrash Alex on this channel. This is literally the last haul. We have this yellow S15, Andre's car. Actually, Andre's going to be street driving his car. We got Julian's car, which is solving a problem at the moment, which his brakes are not like staying consistent and they keep losing fluid and the pedal gets soft. And then Yuki's car, he's finally here to do his thing. And that car's gonna be leaving tomorrow, along with Lamar's S14. It's crazy that in fact we're like literally less than 24 hours away before this whole thing blows up. Everybody's been working extremely hard. Any free hands? I've been trading the camera for wrenches for the last couple of days, so sorry if it's a little spotty throughout the edit, throughout the video. We're at the last stretch, pretty much. Unbelievable that the amount of people that have been in and out of the shop. Everybody has tried to help in some way or another, whether it's taking out trash or like putting wheels on, mounting tires, either their own tires or friends' tires. And it's just been a collaborative effort to kind of just make this whole process as not just smooth for us, but smooth for everybody who's driving the event. And we can't appreciate everybody's help enough.
I feel really tired.
AG worked the magic on the brake master.
Yeah, I'm relieved that my brakes work. AG worked his voodoo by just simply touching it. Checked it and rechecked it and checked it some more, and it was still doing some weird shit. And then AG just like touched it, and then it worked.
Yeah.
Now it's fine.
You just gotta touch it right.
Since it was Yusuf's birthday and he had to host the driver's meeting in the morning, he would be the first to head out from the early morning group out to Bihoku while we loaded the last few cars onto the hauler. Unfortunately, this would mean I would miss the driver's meeting and some of the early morning activities, but we did have a second shooter on site this time around. Geronimo, thank you so much for helping us out, being our second shooter for the event, who managed to get some really cool shots of some of you guys with his retro Canon camera. As you can tell, we got a lot of help throughout this event and just trying trying to make it work, really showing the passion for the community to make sure this event just went well, not just for us, but for everybody involved. After a nice 3-hour drive to Bihoku and somehow not passing out along the way, we made it to Bihoku, and there was a little chaos upon our arrival as we had to unload the trailer, unload the parts truck, and I would have a little mini heart attack as I thought I forgot all of the batteries back at the shop, which if I would have lost those, whoa, man, I would have been in trouble. But thankfully that was not the case, and finally we had just made it. We made it to Bihoku after all this planning for the event for the last almost like 4 to 5 months. It was finally here. The Thrash Day was now upon us.
About all, I don't know, see that sign that says 2? Stay off the course till about there and get all the rocks and dirt off. Don't get out of your car, but just stay off the track. Don't just pull right.
What are the odds that regular Naoki's hood flips up and then Julian simultaneously runs over his bumper, or it was the other way around, but there's a lot of time put into that bumper. Didn't last that long.
As one would expect at a track like this, and the way that everybody was driving, there were some casualties on many levels, from your typical beached cars
Hi Lamar, how's it going?
to the oops, I think I bent something, to the unfortunate O-10s or flipovers, which there were 2 victims this time around. Thankfully, both of them walked away just fine, just some battered egos. Unfortunately, adding to that carnage was Jimmy and Tom both grenading their transmissions before I even arrived. Jimmy would manage to swap one out, and that one would grenade as well. Head over to Jimmy's channel to see the entire experience of grenading both transmissions. It seems Josh was the only one that really lucked out and was able to drive efficiently throughout the day, but he also was running into small issues from time to time, but he did manage to get some clean runs. On the other hand, though, we did have survivors who were just able to run throughout the longevity of the day, like Thrash supporter and longtime Thrash driver, Rich Whiteman. He made it throughout the day, but close to the end, he lost 2 cylinders. So I guess he didn't really survive or almost got close to surviving. Funny enough, I did attach a GoPro on said lap where the motor seemed to have gave, but he did have a good go around following Josh's brown 180SX, which Josh's car is not only my favorite car of the event of the many we brought, but was among the many others who didn't have catastrophic issues throughout the day, maybe outside of just like temperature. So enjoy this quick run with Rich and Josh showing off the course a little bit. It seems our event actually brought along some really clean cars and interesting cars, like this K car that had a motorcycle swapped engine. To Team Burris with Naoki and his kids, and even the Style King himself, Haraguchi, was able to join us. With just about 90 to 100 drivers in attendance, I guess it's not that surprising, but I did want to see what Yusuf thought how the event went, considering he only drove about
1 lap.
1 lap.
1.5. Showed up late because we were trying to get everybody's cars ready. You know, little things popped up towards the end, and I could either say, oh, tough shit, and be a dickhead, or I could stay and help the people who flew across the world and put a bunch of money into these cars. So that's what I chose to do. I was hoping the track was set up, but I mean, it's my fault. I didn't tell anybody how to link A and B. So I was like, okay, well, fuck it. I'll go out there myself. I'll drive the line and I'll move the cones and stuff, and everybody just follow me and you'll figure it out. And everybody did really quickly. I live here. I can go drive whenever I want, but a lot of these people may never see each other again too. So it's like, you don't know what's gonna happen. So yeah, I'll just get the fuck out of the way. I can go there any day of the week. So it's fine.
Did it meet your expectations and all that jazz?
I definitely think it met my expectations. I think it went a little further than my expectations. Even with all the things that, like, because of time constraints, couldn't get right, I still think it overall went really good. I wanted to set up my booth and bring stuff. Sometimes things just don't go to schedule, and like you can either let that totally bring you down, or you can actually just adapt and keep moving. I was supposed to get a container of seats, which is now here, before the event, so I wanted to have a booth with all my seats and all that stuff. But foreigners and Japanese were like, man, this is a really good event. There's a lot of people I haven't seen drive. Everybody was so stoked to come together and drive all day nonstop. Like at the end of the day, I could tell everybody had a really good time, even though there's a lot of carnage and broken cars. It's cool, you know, everyone had fun. Everybody wants to come back. Everybody now has a car here. I could tell a lot of the Japanese drivers were super impressed with the turnout of foreigners and the driving level of foreigners. There's a lot of old legends there who were kind of like, damn, these young dudes, like no matter which like country they're from, they're really good now. Like, I don't want to say I don't stack up to it, but they're like, oh, I need to do a little better. That was really cool. And then it's been nothing but good media and photos and lots of thanks messages and stuff. Even from the poor old guy who flipped over in his little Gino, like he messaged me directly and was like, thank you so much.
Plan on doing it again?
Yes, I'll do it again. I think after doing it this time, I have a better idea of what to expect, what I need to do better, and what we all can do better as a team. But yeah, pretty much, yeah, I'll do it again.
Would you do it at Bihoku again?
No, I want to do somewhere different. I'm going to go check Nakayama Circuit. Most people don't know, but you can insert the clip of BM Cup running there. I think there's a lot of tracks that are just completely neglected these days that people can drive at. I'll go check that out first and see if it's got the capacity for parking. You know, I got to take all that into account. Is there good places for spectators to watch from? Is there a place that'll kill you? Yes, somebody has died at Nakayama Circuit. So people are open to Thrash having another event. So yeah, yeah. It'll happen again sometime.
And just like that, the anticipation, the build-up, the everything that led up to Thrash Day is finally done. As you guys can see here, we're already getting back to work at the shop. Everybody was saying, oh, the event's over, you guys are done for the day, done for the week. No, everything goes back to how it was, because we got to fix the cars that broke at the track, get them ready for again whenever they're going to be going out again. And since we have myths or, you know, little hearsay that another event's going to be happening in the future, we want to make sure our guys are ready to go by the time that time comes. But again, thank you guys as usual. We appreciate everybody who came to the shop and helped, not just you guys watching. And the whole thing of the support that you guys have gave us throughout this entire endeavor has been just really, we just really appreciate it. As usual, as I end all these videos, thank you guys for watching another video of Thrash, and we hope you guys enjoy this one.